Hi customers, just wanted to do a little video today because we have a unique situation, and I always try to wait for the unique situations to do a video. So this roof, and I'll show you here in a second, has a, I call it semi low slope along with low slope roofing. And so because we have both of them, it presented us with some unique situations that I wanted to cover now. So first I'll show you the roof, and then I'll go over some of that stuff. So let me get you flipped around here. So this is the roof, and there's more parts over on that side. We had to replace quite a bit of decking. The stuff that we're standing on right now, we had to replace that decking. Some of the decking we were able to reuse because it was in good condition, although installed a little bit different than what we would have. But so what I'm on right now is considered a low slope, and this is actually considered a flat roof. That portion up there is not considered a steep slope roofing, but it's not really considered low slope either. That's a 312 pitch. So the reason that's significant is code or shingle manufacturer recommendations, which we install to Owens Corning manufacturer recommendations, is 412 pitch or higher for shingles. However, they have an exception that on 312 pitch roofs like this one, if we do double underlayments or full ice and water shield, we're able to install shingles over a 312 pitch. But we can't install shingles over a 212 pitch or lower. There is no recommendations for it. They recommend against it, and code requires a roofing material that is allowed for low slope roofing. So low slope being 212 or less, and that's what we're standing on right now. And so in any of our estimates, or if you've ever had us do work for you on any low slope roofs, we're installing a 2-ply membrane, and I'll show you more about what that is. And there's a specific order that it needs to go in. And then another thing, I think that what I see when I'm doing a lot of evaluations is I'll see the shingles installed all the way to the transition from the low slope to the steeper slope, which is incorrect. You just don't want the nails there. And you need to actually hold it up off of that transition, which I'll show you here that we're doing. We don't have the shingles installed yet, but if you look, what we're doing here is that's a chalk line. So at Right Rate Roofing, we always chalk our lines, and that's where we're going to start our starter strip at. So we're actually going to be almost 18 inches up the slope to start our shingles. So that way we have plenty of room where if there was a snow load or a very heavy rain on this flat roof, because this flat roof is not going to shed the water as fast as the slope, we don't want anything to back up where those nails are and all the seams from the shingles and cause a potential leak. So we're actually starting quite a ways off. So while this is technically a 312 slope here, we're doing that flat roofing material quite a ways up it. So you can see how far up we are on that. So just to eliminate seams at that low slope transition into the steeper slope, which is still 312, so it's not really considered a steeper slope. So what this material is called a cap sheet. And let me bounce over to the other side of the roof. So on this side, we have the base sheet. So this is the first layer of the 2-ply system. And you'll see that this is kind of treated like an ice and water shield. What we do is we install the base sheet. We install it all the way up the slope. So here's the start of the transition right in here. So this to here is a 312 slope. This to here is a flat roof. And once we're going to install ice and water shield here, and then we're going to go back over with the cap sheet past that point, and then we're going to go over it with the shingles. So there's quite a bit of layers of protection here. And this is the system that is necessary for low slope roof systems in a residential environment. Now, the next thing that I think some people would provide feedback on is it the best system? So there's opinion on whether it's the best or if there's other systems that are better from a function standpoint. And I will tell you that there are some times where we decide that it's potential that something could be functionally better, but if it's a residential environment, we're looking at aesthetics as well. I talk a lot about function, but I do care about aesthetics. And some other options would be like an EPDM rubber roof, or we do a TPO, which is like a polymer roof. And those come in wider sheets. These are only 3-foot sheets sections here. And you can get those other types of roofing material at much wider areas, to where you can overlap the edge of the roof. And the way to fasten that is, see, we're gonna trim this. We're gonna trim this up to where it ends on the edge detail. But on those other roofs I mentioned, the EPDM or the TPO, it would wrap around, and you'd have a bar fastening that to the edge of the roof. Functionally a really good system on those other systems. However, aesthetically, I don't want that on my room or on my house, wrapping around the edge and having that metal bar. So I don't think our customers want that either. But another thing that I see when I'm evaluating properties is shingles installed on these low slopes, and they're just not the right material. So I took this time to do this roof because we have a 312 pitch, which is, we install the shingles different. We have the ice and water, or you have to double felt it. We just ice and water the whole system. So we're obviously still in the middle of that with having the decking bare there. We'll install the ice and water here shortly. And then all these are transitioning into a flat roof. So if you can imagine, you got all this slope, all that roof area transitioning into a flat roof area, it can tend to cause problems. So it needs to be done right. And what we're doing here is per manufacturer instructions. Ron, who did not want to be named, he's over there in the yellow shirt hiding behind people. He's a big part of this, and he has a lot of experience with flat roof roofing. And a lot of these things are suggestions of him. Like, he's talked about bringing it up the shingles 18 inches off of the flat roof. And just so what I guess I'm getting at is at Right Rate Roofing, we're taking not only the code compliance, we're taking the manufacturer recommendations and instructions, we're taking NRCA recommendations, it's the National Roofing Contractors Association recommendations, and we're taking experience, as long as that experience gives us a reason to go above code or above manufacturer instructions or above NRCA recommendations, and apply that to your roof system. So not every roof system is black and white. This house had been added onto a couple times. So we're presented with a set of unique circumstances that we need to make the decisions that are best, that are still code compliant, and that's what we came up with, this flat roof system. So if you have a flat roof system, or just any house in general, and you wish for us to estimate your property, you can reach us at our website. I have a link in the video, but if you're having trouble clicking that, you can do rightrateroofing.com and select free quote. And we typically have most estimates back within 24 hours. So again, if you have any questions or comments about flat roofing, you can certainly reach out to us through comments or messages. You can also reach us at our website, and that's rightrateroofing.com, and select free quote, and we get most estimates back within 24 hours. So thanks for listening, and have a good day.